Welcome to the Good Place Marionville podcast, dedicated to highlighting the good in Marionville, Missouri.
Today's episode will continue our commitment to showcase the goodness in Marionville, uniting our community through shared stories of hope and optimism. So let's cover some of the good this week.
Today, we honor a very special Marionville citizen, Jeff Norris. Today would have been Jeff's 65th birthday. I know many of the school staff and others around town are wearing their shirts to honor Jeff today. We're wearing ours as well. Jeff was recently awarded the Applefest Golden Apple Award for all of his contributions to the Marionville community. Happy birthday, Jeff.
We want to encourage everyone listening to carry on the legacy and to do life the Jeff Norris way. Decide today to do something for someone else without anything in return. So see where you can meet a need or simply put a grin on someone's face. Choose to help fill the gap that his life has left and choose the Jeff Norris way, just like the honorary name of his street.
And if there's somebody near you that needs their lawn mowed, could be because Jeff's not mowing lawns anymore, ask them if they could use some help. And again, happy birthday, Jeff.
Okay, so city news. Jim, this one is a big one.
The
public hearing is actually tomorrow, September 27th. So I want everyone to check the show notes for all the details that we're going to cover here real quickly.
What hearing?
You're going to tell everybody.
On March the 13th, Liberty Utilities filed a proposed tariff sheets. They filed their proposed tariff sheets to increase its annual revenues by a total of almost $8 million in annual water revenues, an additional $75,000 in annual sewer revenues. The Missouri Public Service Commission directed Liberty to submit proposed details for local public hearings.
So the virtual telephone local public hearings are set for tomorrow, September 27th at noon and 6 p.m. There's going to be a remote call held locally at noon at Aurora's Heritage Harmony House located at 700 South Hudson Avenue.
This meeting is open to all Berry and Lawrence County citizens with disabilities, residents without internet service, and those who need assistance in any way.
So to attend the virtual local public hearing by telephone at the time of the hearing, call the toll-free number I'll put in the show notes and listen to the prompts and enter the meeting number that'll also be there and give you all those details. So look at the show notes for the details if you want to be a part of that virtual hearing.
Now, I would like to just remind you, this is why we want you to get involved, because they're talking 100% plus increase in pricing. That's enough to get anyone's attention.
Important times.
All right, in first responder news, we had a fun time on Saturday afternoon with the very first annual Marionville Firefighters Auxiliary Duck Race.
It's easy for you.
No, it was not. And we had a great time. There were 172 ducks in the creek, and the race was intense.
It was. So you can watch the video. It was posted on Facebook, but it was a lot of fun. So thanks to everybody who helped raise money for the fire department here in town.
We raised almost $1,700 towards the Marionville Firefighters Auxiliary. We'll explain more about that on another show.
All righty. In other first responder news, October 2nd from 8 to 10 a.m. at the Aurora McDonald's is the National Coffee with a Cop event. So stop by for coffee and conversation with the local staff.
And remember, just because we had a little rain this week, it doesn't mean that you're out of the woods for fire hazard. Please use caution when burning. Delay your burning on windy days.
Those are all really good ideas. All right, in nonprofit news, the Marionville Ministerial Alliance's next event is October 12th from 10 to 2 at the Pickleball Warehouse. We just want to encourage you to bring your family, have some fun, food, free haircuts, and so much more. You'll see those flyers around town.
Now, the Lions Club has added a few new members this past month, and you can visit their meeting at Alice Irene's on the second and fourth Wednesday of every month. We also just shipped off a large box of glasses that have been collected here locally. If you want to contribute to the glass collection, there are boxes sitting at Alice Irene's and also at Smart Insurance downtown. And remember that the Lions Club is here for this community. We specialize in supporting eye care, but also support some other civic things that we can get involved in. Now, today's episode, of course, sponsored by the Bank at Billings, our very favorite bank in town. We love we all love to look better with age, but the Bank of Billings looks really good for their age. At 135, they look brand new. They've been the pillar of our community for years, and Bank of Billings is community banking at its best. At Bank of Billings, we're grateful for your presence in our community, And we're grateful for you doing business with the Bank of Billings. They do such a great job taking care of all of us. Thank you for sponsoring our podcast, Bank of Billings. And just remember, they're a member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Alrighty, in civic news, we've been talking about this for several weeks, but this Friday marks the beginning of Missouri Good Neighbor Week. So I just want to encourage you to make a point to invite your neighbors over for dinner or have a potluck, bake some cookies, carve pumpkins, or just have some fun walking around the block to celebrate Missouri Good Neighbor Week. I'm going to put the link in the show notes. They have lots and lots of ideas there of things you can do to celebrate being neighbors.
Yeah, like just have dinner with people. Have a potluck. Come on.
It's all about the food.
It's all about the food. Applefest was a huge success. Thousands of residents and visitors filled our downtown to eat, buy things, visit with friends and neighbors, listen to music, watch the parade. The many contests that went on, including, well, you're going to talk about that in a minute, and the fireworks by Clayton at the end.
It sure was a hot one this year, but it all ended with some rain, which was good and bad because we really needed the rain, but it made Clayton's firework display a pretty quick one.
Yeah, I think he lit them all off at one time or something like that. And thank you to everyone that helped make the Applefest Festival possible. We really appreciate all the volunteers. There is a huge group of people that do this every year. Your work is appreciated and made for another successful event and helping people know how great Marionville is.
I also want to thank Charles at 417 Skyscape Aerial Photography for coming out and taking aerial pictures of Marionville during Applefest. You can see some of his images on the Applefest Facebook page. They're really amazing, and there's more to come.
I haven't seen them yet.
Well, you need to get on Facebook once in a while, Jim.
I guess I do.
All right, Jim, tell me your favorite part of this year's Applefest.
You know, the Lions Club this year decided that people needed to know that we have a Lions Club here in town. And so we decided just to give away free water. What I never expected was that we'd give away the free water and run out. We had 500 labeled bottles of Marionville Lions Club water, and they were all gone by noon or 1 o'clock, I think, on Saturday afternoon. It was fun just getting to meet people, give them a little drink. My favorite part is just always meeting people at Applefest.
Awesome. All right. So last but not least, for news for Applefest, we had a booth in front of Central Place and had a little contest. We encouraged people to like or subscribe to Good Place Marionville on Facebook and or YouTube, and then make a comment. And one person would win a copy of Tim Tebow's signed book we have right here, Mission Possible, and also our book, I Work for Him. And the winner is, drum roll, Kristen Johnson. So congratulations to you, Kristen. Thank you so much for stopping by the booth, for liking us on Facebook, making a comment, and we'll connect up and get you these books.
In case just Kristen Johnson's listening to this show, because that, you know, it's not exact. I mean, Martha will call you and she'll make sure that you're the right one, that you're winning.
She knows because she's posted, so I'll comment to her.
All right.
We got it.
It's time to wrap up today's episode of the Good Place Marionville podcast. A special thanks to our sponsor, the Bank of Billings, for showing your support for the good happening here in Marionville. You could consider becoming a sponsor by contacting each one of us at goodplacemarionville@hotmail.com. Martha loves to check that out, see your responses, see your questions, to see your news. goodplacemarionville@hotmail.com.
You can use that same email to send me news that you hear that is good, that we can share each and every week. So thank you for reporting.
And thank you for joining us on the Good Place Marionville podcast, our 20th episode already. Keep your eyes out for the good happening right here in this town. And together we could celebrate Marionville.